Breaking news as Allentown mayor resigns from his position. This is Severin Freeman, and this is the Freedom Paradox Special Report. The mayor of Allentown, Pennsylvania is no stranger to the Freedom Paradox, as we have gone head-to-head with him numerous times with numerous different issues. The mayor has totally been unplugged from any city issues for many, many years, ever since City Hall was raided by the FBI, and he was under an investigation for pay-to-play schemes, basically selling the city's contracts to people who would give him the biggest kickbacks. Well, he's been found guilty of 48 of the 52, I believe, or 50-something charges. There was 48 of them he was found guilty of, 48 different felonies. And the idea that he would have to resign from office was known. However, the legal process allows him to hold on to this position for a pretty long time, up until he's actually sentenced, which can be prolonged for a very long time. From what his lawyer was saying today, their plan is to prolong that for a very long time. But the positive thing has finally happened, and he's done the right thing for once. And he resigned and let this black eye leave the city so that the citizens of Allentown and the people of the Lehigh Valley can feel pride in that area again. The black mark of the mayor's time in office has been a hard one to endure for people who are looking for accountability and looking to better the area and bring positive change to the area. Allentown's mayor has been all but checked out. He does not even attend city council meetings. He does not address any police issues. He does not address any council or city issues unless they directly affect him and his budget. So today, I was happy to be live at the mayor's home, surrounded by media, when he gave his final address. And this is that statement. Following will be the full unedited version of the mayor's statement, followed by his attorney taking questions afterwards. The mayor only gave a 3-minute scripted statement and quickly got out of there before they could ask him anything. But the lawyer did stick around a little bit and allow a few questions. So the following will be that footage.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to say to the residents of Allentown that for the past 12 years I've faithfully served the residents of the city to the best of my abilities. And I'm very proud of the part that I played in the unparalleled revitalization and massive rebuilding of this great city. And we've worked really hard together, all of us, and taken this dying Rust Belt city and turned it into a great example of success. And Allentown has been my passion, and I have given all my heart and my soul for the betterment of this community. And that's why the events of last week are so very, very difficult for me and for my family. I'm disappointed, I'm saddened by the ruling of the jury. I respect our judicial system and the verdict presented. And to the residents of Allentown, I want to say I'm so very sorry that you and the city had to endure this long, drawn-out saga. Over the following months, we're going to be appealing a decision to the courts. And while I'll await this appeal process, and I thought it would be a tremendous and though it's going to be just a tremendous, tremendous hardship while I await this appeal process, for me and my family, I feel in the best interest of the city, its residents, and the hardworking employees of Allentown. It is with great sadness that I will be resigning from my position as mayor, effective at 5 p.m. tomorrow. To those who supported me and voted for me during this difficult time, I want you to all know that I will be forever, forever grateful for you standing with me, but also for people that are praying with me, supporting me and my family through this long, long ordeal. On behalf of me and my family, I can't even begin to tell you or express words to express my gratitude. Words just aren't enough. There will no doubt be many, many difficult times ahead, But God willing, and with His help, we're going to make it through. I have truly appreciated every minute it's serving this community, and I've truly appreciated serving the many good people of the city. I leave Allentown, I think, in better shape than when I started back in 2006. We've improved our finances, we stabilized our pension, we've reduced crime, we rejuvenated our parks, we have solid infrastructure around the city, we have an active and sustained economic development, and finally, after many decades of decline, we're growing once again as a city. To those who come after me, I pray that your continued success in moving the city forward. I leave you with a strong foundation for continued growth and a bright future. And again, to all our citizens, to all the people of Allentown, I just want to say thank you for allowing me this opportunity, this tremendous opportunity to serve you all. God bless the city, and God bless the people of Allentown. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, what would you have done differently?
Now that you're going to there's going to be someone in office that they did not vote for, you chose to run while under indictment.
Listen, guys, I'm not gonna really address any questions here, okay? But what I'm going to tell you all, I just want to say to all of you.
Do you take any responsibility?
I want to say,
on your part
excuse me,
about what happened?
Tool. To all of you in the press, okay? Some of you I've known for a very long time. I just want to say thank you. It's been an honor working with all of you. Thank you all.
Jack, are you going to take questions?
Sure, I'll take the question.
Thank you.
What would you like?
Was there any pressure from any agency that this happened this week, today,
No.
tomorrow?
No. This was thought out by the mayor. You know, it was a sudden event that occurred last week. We needed some time to reflect, and his reflection, as he said here today, for the citizens of Allentown, it was the right thing to do. So that's what he did. It was a personal choice of his. He certainly could have tried to stay on, but he made a choice, I think, for the benefit of the citizens of Allentown.
Was the decision also impacted by hoping that this helps come sentencing to show responsibility and to not continue any turmoil inside City Hall?
That's a pretty cynical comment you just made there, and that's not true. He did it for the citizens of Allentown. And to suggest that, I think, is to not understand that man that just walked in the door.
Just within the charter of the city, if you are convicted of a crime, you will acquire. You can't be mayor anymore. So you're
That's not your incorrect. The law, just the legal proposition is you are not convicted until you're sentenced in any court. And so you could stay on theoretically until there's a judgment of sentence, and that would be obviously not today, but at some point in time, if there's a judgment of sentence, then the charter would take effect.
How long do you expect this appeal process?
I don't know. I mean, it's standard. We have there's still pending Rule 29 motions, which are judgments of acquittal that have been held under advisement by the judge. I'm sure they will be litigated, and that's the next step in front of us legally, and that's what the next step we're going to do.
I mean, obviously you're his attorney. You're positive moving forward, but convicted of 47 counts, not just one or two, but to have
Sure.
all of those reversed. I mean, the challenge of that has got to be enormous. No.
Obviously, yeah, that goes without saying. But you know, the concept of the law is still the same for all of them. I mean, the concept that has been litigated throughout the land in the last 15, 20 years of campaign contributions, McDonald, McCormick, all these cases have dealt with the same legal issue. So, although there are multiple counts, the legal issue is pretty singular.
So moving forward, I mean, realistically, do you think you can have all of those counts erased, or at this point you're trying to reduce maybe sentencing time?
You deal in this business with one thing at a time, and the next thing that legally is in front of us is the Rule 29 motions, which we will do. You know, it's hurdles. You deal with each hurdle as it comes. You don't look at the 10th hurdle, otherwise you might trip over the first or second hurdle. So that's kind of the position we take.
Jack, to dovetail off his question, though, the bigger picture is that what did the jury get wrong here?
Listen, I would never, and I said it to the jury when I opened and closed, I will never criticize a jury. That's not proper. These people took a lot of time out of their own lives, came to Allentown. I have nothing but respect for the effort and work that they did, as does the mayor, and I would never, ever criticize their decision. They did it out of good faith and their belief of what the law was and what they thought was right. And I'm not going to ever cast any aspersion on them at all.
What did they get wrong? What did they get wrong?
What may they have? Did they miss something?
Again, obviously, you saw, if you watched the case, you saw what our defense was, and our defense was pretty clear of what this was and what it wasn't. They decided otherwise. So, I mean, that's that's their prerogative, and that's what makes our system great. The ability for each side, the government in this case, was represented by quality prosecutors. We had a quality judge. We put on a quality defense, and a jury makes a decision. That's what our system's all about, and so there's nobody that should criticize that, and I won't.
Are the mayor's bail conditions going to change?
I have no idea.
By reading through some of the comments on the mayor's social media, his Facebook page, there were people who seemed upset, some perhaps offended that he was asking for those letters of support prior to addressing the verdict. What would you say to those people who live in Allentown and feel that the mayor was asking for their help before he was even addressing that he was just convicted of 47 charges?
Well, he didn't ask for letters till after he was convicted. And anybody, whether it be you, me, or anybody else I've dealt with for all my career, upon conviction, one of the first things we look to is to get letters of people that know the defendant to accurately give information to the judge about what kind of person he is. I mean, that's one of the elements of sentencing, the nature and character of the defendant. Who knows the nature and character of the defendant better than people in the community? And to reach out to them and ask them for information is not only correct, proper, but it makes perfect sense.
Well, I think what my question is more so that he put that out there prior to addressing people, saying anything at all, whether it be through social media, a news conference.
Well, number one, he's not going to address the verdict. The verdict is one that the jury spoke of, and he's not going to criticize that, and he's not about doing that. So the only thing that he could do at that time is anything that's constructive, and getting letters and people's support is something constructive he can do. Criticizing or addressing a verdict would be destructive, and that's not what he was about. And
has he given any indication to you? I know he's going to focus on the appeal, but Ed Pawlowski is a driven person. He's always out. He's out in the community. This has been a big part of his life, obviously. So what is he going to do now? Has he given you any indication to what he's going to do?
No, he has not. This is a tremendous, he's committed himself for the last, 12 years of doing this job and this job only. And again, I'm from Philadelphia. And I came up here to try cases for years. And I used to come up to the city and have to pack a lunch because there was no place to even have a sandwich. And this man has changed the city. I used to see condos being built. I go, who's building condos in Allentown? And the remarkable change in this city is something that you can't take away from Ed Pawlowski. He did it. That's his legacy. That's his history. And this is what it is, too. But you still can't take away the fact of the tremendous... Every one of you here has benefited from him. This city is, in the press, is a vibrant, a city that has people covering it and concerned about it. Jobs, development, buildings, safety, pensions. All these are things that the mayor has done for all of you. No man is defined by his worst event, and I don't think he should be defined that way, as should any of us.
But has he given any indication? I know he says he's innocent, but there has been a big cloud over the city over the past several years. I've spoken with a lot of developers who think the city could be doing even better today if this didn't happen. Is any responsibility on the mayor's part for at least putting the city through this?
Well, look, he didn't choose to put them through this. The government made their allegations against him, and he defended himself. He didn't choose to do this to the city.
So he takes no responsibility?
Please, if you want to speak that simplistically, then don't bother asking questions, because that's just a simplistic, cynical view. I'm telling you, the man has done tremendous for this city. And does he regret, as he just said here, that he is sorrowful to the city of Allentown that they had to go through this? Yes. But don't forget, please don't.
Why did he run for mayor again?
I'm not answering. No, never mind.
And then run in 4 years.
Never mind. Never mind.
About the city, is that not a valid point?
No, it's not a valid point.
Why?
That's a terrible point.
How is it a terrible point?
I'm not answering the question. If you want to ask a smart question, I'll answer it.
I believe that is a smart
Well,
question.
we disagree.
Jack, your conversation with the mayor, has he indicated that he would have preferred to do anything differently? Any of the allegations?
Maybe not run for United States Senate. That's what created a lot of this situation. His desire to take his abilities that he demonstrated here to a higher level may have caused him, you know, put himself into the situation of raising money and putting himself into that situation. He may have some regret as to that. But
does the mayor express any interest in trying to save his pension or any other benefits?
we haven't talked about that at all. I mean, again, this has all been, you know, pretty quick and a shock, and he's dealing with it the best he can. And his first obligation was to the city of Allentown and to think about what was right for the city of Allentown, which he has done by resigning. He thought that was in the best interest of the citizens of Allentown, and that was the decision he made. Now we'll move on to the next decisions. I'm sure he's got lots.
In the best interest of the city to step down while he was under indictment?
No, he did not think that. Otherwise, he would have done that.
Jack, are you planning to represent him through the entire appeals process?
I will represent him to my last breath.
That's a strong statement.
Well, that is a strong statement. I believe in him very strongly. I've represented people for 41 years. I've gotten to know this man pretty well, and I will continue to represent him. He doesn't have the money to proceed now. This is not a rich man. He never did any of this to enrich himself, and he doesn't necessarily have the money to move forward on appeal. But that's not going to stop me. I'm going to continue on representing him as far as it takes me.
When you're saying he doesn't have the money, are you indicating that somebody else is paying the bill?
Nobody's paying the bill. I'm doing it because I think it's the right thing to do.
With pro bono, you will?
You call whatever you want. I'm doing it because I think it's the right thing to do, and I will continue to do it until the last legal effort has been made. Okay? Thank you. Maybe I won't do it for nothing.
That I will be resigning from my position as mayor effective at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
This is Severin Freeman from the freedomparadox.org, live outside the former mayor of Allentown's home. He has just officially resigned from office after facing more than 50 felonies for his criminal behavior while in office. This is a great day for Allentown, and this is a great day for justice for the people. They have been held hostage in this town for far too long by a mayor who is complicit with just looking the other way and not caring about the true issues of the people. And now the people get their justice because they get a new mayor in that position, and the mayor that used them as a stepping stone will be facing prison time. Once again, this is Severin Freeman from the freedomparadox.org. Check out the webpage anytime, freedomparadox.org/live. Check out our live events.
Thank you.